Hi Vlad, it's Aussie. Good mate, good, I'm good. How are you though? Fighting fit? Huh. Yeah, no, I was kind of hoping you'd say you had like a little knock or, you're a bit sore or something. Because if you're fighting fit, I'd love to know what's going on with your bat this season, mate.
Go Cubs go, go Cubs go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs. It is season 11, the final season, episode 3. Today we are hosting Pittsburgh and we are doing it as division leaders. It's possibly the worst division in baseball, but we are still leading it. And ultimately, that is all that matters, isn't it? Now, Vlad is a problem. He is a free agent end of this year, of course, so we can deal with that problem. But you can see over here batting .219 this season. Yes, he is leading us or joint leading us on home runs, and he's not having a bad year relative to everybody else in terms of RBIs. But it's not what we need Vlad to do, is it? He's with no Dela Cruz this season. Dela Cruz this season. We needed him to be his best Vlad, and we're not getting his best Vlad. So yeah, not ideal, but there is a lot to catch you up on. We've done a trade, so we should probably start with that. Now, to get this trade done, we sent, I guess you'd call him a prospect, starting pitcher Jake Berry to Texas, and the player we got in return is 23-year-old David Cabrera. Now, he is obviously very good, potentially could be even better, and we needed, our bullpen was becoming a bit of a problem, so we needed someone to come in and be able to just shut things down for us. And I'm hopeful this is going to be our guy. So, yeah, that's the trade that we've done. Now, there is a lot to catch you up on in terms of results as well. So, let's go and do that. Now, we left off all the way back in April with this wonderful 10-5 win in Arizona. We then went and we were in San Diego. We can see here we lost 2 at the end of the month. We flip over to May. And we made it a nice sweep. So that wasn't great. Texas came to us. We won 1 of 3 there, including an extra inning defeat. Minnesota, we only won 2 of 3. We lost 2 of 3, which is annoying. Cincinnati, who were top of the division at the time, we lost the first one, which was devastating, but then came roaring back. A 14-2 win here, which featured a first career home run for Peralta. So that was brilliant. You can see here it was, sort of hit city and lots and lots of hits, lots and lots of runs, lots and lots of RBIs. And the first career home run for Peralta, and the pitchers, they had a decent day out as well, just giving up the 2. So well done to everybody there. You can see Tanabe at this point was in the squad. So that was a series win for about the second time this year. Then we lost 2 in Boston, and then things really did start to turn around for us. It felt like our luck turned a little bit, basically. So we won Game 3 there. We then swept the Brewers, including Game 1 here, a 5-2 win, which in no small part was down to a Bobby Patterson grand slam in the 5th. So of our 5 runs, Patterson got them all in one hit, which is a decent effort, isn't it? So, an otherwise even game. And that's the sort of thing that hadn't been going for us. So if that can continue, then obviously, we're going to win more games than we lose. You hit grand slams, you win typically, don't you? So that was great. San Diego came to town. We won 3 of 4 against them to get a little bit of revenge. We then went to Pittsburgh and split a 4-game series with them, which is absolutely fine. Kansas City. Well, this could have gone any one of 2 ways. We had a doubleheader, which we won both games in extra. We won both. Only one of them in extra inning. But if we go back to Game 1 here, and it was 5 hits for Peralta, who is proving to be quite the little gem of a player. So I knew he was going to be good. That was not really in doubt. But I wasn't maybe expecting him to be this good this early in his career. So let's hope he turns into a little bit of a saviour for our season. And if we look at the pitches here, it was a decent effort all round on that front as well. And that wasn't the only memorable thing from this series, because if we go into the first game of the doubleheader, we had our second grand slam of the season by McQuaid in the 3rd. You can see a 5-run 3rd there for us. And wasn't the greatest start, as you can see by Kansas City, their runs coming early on. But again, the bats were pretty good in this one, you'd have to say. And the pitching, after the start, it was a bit of a Gallagher disaster, and he's not had a good year. It was almost lights out. It was brilliant after that. So well done to everybody involved in the bullpen. We then face the renamed Tigers, the Jacksonville Conquistadors, or whatever they're called, when we won a 2-game series against them. We go over the page into June, and it went less well, it has to be said. We got swept in St. Louis. We only won 1 of 3 in LA, and this 3-game series at home to Pittsburgh, we've lost 1 by 1 run, 2-1, and then we beat them 9-3 in the second game. So the mini series is on the line here, and let's hope we can beat the Pirates and go and win that. So the standings, as I say, we are essentially the worst division in baseball. The Central, just in general, is not good. It's not very good on the American League side of things either. But if you win a shit division or a crap division, you still make the playoffs, don't you? It will be a wild card in all likelihood, judging by the Padres and the Mets start to the season. There's only 7 games difference, so it's not huge. But yeah, we'll see how we go. If we win our division, we'll deal with everything else after that. If we look at league leaders, there's not too much going for us in terms of that. But you can see Jimmy Long up there on wins is brilliant. But yeah, it's passable right now, isn't it? But you wouldn't say it's anything more than passable. So if you look at our current pitching roster here, you can see Gallagher, as I said, not having a good time of things, and as soon as Acree is back, I think Acree is back. He's just doing a bit of rehab in AAA right now, getting his arm going. Gallagher actually may not pitch again before we send him down to Iowa, or off to Iowa. But the rest of the rotation, for the most part, is doing well. Perez had a little bit of a rough patch, but is bringing things back nicely. Cabrera has had a wonderful start as a Cub, and just generally speaking, everybody else is doing okay. Segura is maybe an exception to that. He's in a bit of a slump and not having a great time of things. Joswiak doesn't look like he's doing well, but let's remember, last time we were with you, his ERA was over 20. So he's, I would send Gaston's the other one. I've actually tried to get rid of him and I can't. So yeah, there's a couple of dark spots there, I suppose. And if we look at the bats, brilliant. It's pretty much the word for most of them. Everybody is getting things back online. You can see Patterson is looking more respectable now after a terrible start. Same with De Leon. Reume is maybe pushing the friendship a little bit. We might need to consider his future on the roster. And as I've already said, Vlad, maybe not great, but his on-base percentage, I suppose, isn't terrible. Cooper Pratt's the other one that's been disappointing, but we'll give him a little bit of time, but he's sort of fallen out of favor in terms of a starting spot, and he may find himself falling out of favor in terms of Major League Baseball shortly too. But yeah, we'll keep faith with him for now. He has been a very reliable player for us. So that is everything caught up on. Let's check these lineups as we face the Pirates. On your feet, Chicago, we try and be the thinnest kid at bat camp. At first base, it's Vlad Jr. At second base, it's Luis Peralta. At third base, it's Carson Messina. Your shortstop tonight is Khalil Watson. In left field, it's William McQuaid. In center field, it's Ernesto De Leon. In right field, it's Bobby Patterson. Designated hitter is Mason Bracefield. Behind the plate, it's Billy Cronquist. And tonight's starting pitcher is Tim Weiskopf. So here we go. The matchups look okay. I think the most important matchup is the pitching one, which looks like it's going our way, though ERA of 12.46 against the Pirates isn't great, is it? So Khalil Watson leads us off a shortstop. Peralta is batting second at second. Then we've got McQuaid, Vlad, Bracefield, Messina, Patterson, Cronquist, and De Leon. Weiskopf has a 7-3 record this season, ERA of 2.87 and a whip of 1.32, though I say that record against Pittsburgh isn't great. They have Pete Lewin on the mound. He has a 1-3 record, ERA of 3.46, which isn't terrible, which suggests that he doesn't get much support with the bats. Whip of 1.38 as well. Now, a couple of familiar names in here. Gage Workman, I think we had him at one point, didn't we? But definitely we have had Judy Garland. We know that name, and so he is going to come back and try and haunt us, no doubt. So welcome to Wrigley. Of course, Weiskopf, we got him from Pittsburgh. We basically paid them $40 million, I think, to let us have him, and then we sent them Garland and a couple of others who I can't remember right now. But let's see what we do to get things underway. It's a first pitch swing. It's a hit, as unfortunately Khalil Watson can only knock it down. So that'll bring up Bon Part something or other, and there's a strikeout. And can we get the man at second? No. So 1 out, runner at second, and it'll be Bustamante coming in for them, batting .215 this season. Another 2-2 pitch. Come on, Timmy. There's a strikeout. 2 down with a man at second. And let's see what we can do to Judy Garland. Welcome back to Wrigley, mate. Batting .221 this season. A 1-1 pitch. And that, unfortunately, is going to open the scoring. So Judy does come back to haunt us. It's an opening inning run. It's a 2-out RBI single. And it brings Jacob Berry to the plate now, batting .240. Full count and a strikeout to end things. So, not ideal, but not terrible either. Khalil Watson will lead us off, batting .312 this season. Now, he has got his 100th RBI for the Cubs since we saw him last, so that's good. And he's hit that fairly well, but not quite well enough. And right field will make the catch for 1 away. It'll bring up surprise of the season, Peralta batting .321. An 0-1 pitch, and Peralta grounds that to the second baseman for 1 away. And that'll bring up McQuaid. Now, McQuaid has gone 5th all-time at the Cubs for home runs and 10th all-time at the Cubs for RBI. So we know he's been a wonderful player, but historically, he's now been a wonderful player for the Cubs. So that is fantastic. Caballero comes in for them now to lead off the second. He's batting .248 this season. It's a 1-2 pitch, and it is a strikeout. He was nowhere near that. So that is 1 down. It is Valara batting .172. It's a 1-2 pitch, and it is a strikeout for 2 down. And it'll bring up Workman now, who is batting .208. It is another 1-2 pitch, and it is another strikeout for Timmy. And that will do it for the top of the second. So Vlad will lead us off. He is batting, as I said, at the top, .219 this season. He's in a slump, but he starts us off with a single up the middle. We'll take that. Thank you very much, Vlad. So Mason Bracefield will come in now. Bracefield is batting .286 this season. It's a 2-2 pitch, and he gets one into right field that's going to drop in. Now, Vlad had to wait, so he'll stop at second. Yes, he does. But 2 on, none out for Messina now, who is batting .235 this season. A 1-2 pitch. Messina strikes out, so that's 1 down. In comes the resurgent Bobby Patterson, batting .241 over the season. It's a 1-1 pitch. And Bobby Patterson, it could be a double play. They just get the man at second. So 2 down, runners at the corners for Cronquist. Now, he has got his 100th career hit since we saw him last. He was never first choice at the Dodgers. And, well, he's popped that up, unfortunately. So we will get nothing out of the second. So, yeah, Cronquist is 100 hits for, 3 sort of disjointed seasons it is for him. Plaz will lead them off, batting .174. It's a full count, and it's another strikeout for Tim. So that is his 7th already. Tamar Johnson, 1 for 1 today, will come up next. He strikes out, so that's 2 down. And it is Bonaparte. Is that his name? Bonaparte. He is 0 for 1 today. It's an 0-2 pitch. And that is popped up. Vlad is there. And that'll do it for the top of the third. And we will start the inning off with De Leon, I believe. He is now batting .226 this season. It's a 1-0 pitch. And De Leon has popped one up into right field for 1 away. That'll bring Khalil Watson up 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-0 pitch. Khalil Watson grounds it to the shortstop. Does he have the legs to beat that? Not quite. And that'll be 2 down for Peralta now, who's 0 for 1. A 2-2 pitch. And Peralta strikes out to end the third. So we are still 1-0 down going into the fourth. And Bustamante, 0 for 1, will face up to Weiskopf. First pitch, ground ball. And does Watson have a play? Yes, he does. For 1 away. In now comes Judy, 1 for 1. Of course, hit the RBI last time up, an 0-1 pitch. And Garland into center field. That's his 2nd hit. Mate, if you'd done this for us, I wouldn't have had to trade you. I would happily have kept him to play third base this season. Alright, it is Berry now who's 0 for 1. First pitch, that's into left field. It's just for a second then I thought quite deep, but comfortable for McQuaid. And that is 2 down for Caballero now who's 0 for 1. Full count. And that is into center field. DeLeon is there, makes the catch, ends the top of the fourth. And it's going to be McQuaid to lead us off. Now, he is also on a 16 game on-base streak. And a 2-1 pitch ripped into right field will continue that particular streak as he will lead us off with a double. Doesn't even have to get his pants dirty. So, very nicely done. Tying run in scoring position now for Vlad, who's 1 for 1. Full count on him. Vlad draws the walk. So, 2 on, none out again. Bracefield at the plate this time. He is 1 for 1 today. An 0-1 pitch. And Bracefield, hopefully not a double play. They do get Vlad at second. So runners at the corners with 1 away for Messina now, who's 0 for 1. A 2-2 pitch. And Messina, oh, double play. And that'll do it for the fourth. Valera comes out 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-1 pitch. And that is slapped away into left field. McQuaid makes a leap but can't get to it. And it is going to be a leadoff double. So, that's not ideal. It's Workman now. He is 0 for 1. It's a 1-2 pitch. And another strikeout for Weiskopf. That is his 9th in 4.1 inning. And it'll be Plaz now 0 for 1. Another 2-2. Another strikeout. That's 10. And it'll bring Johnson up, who's 1 for 2. With a runner at second and 2 out. Johnson strikes out as well. That'll be 11. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Bobby Patterson to lead us off 0 for 1. It's a 1-1 pitch. Bobby Patterson pops it up. And that will be 1 away. It'll bring up Cronquist. He's 0 for 1 as well. It's an 0-1 pitch. And Conquest, no, doesn't get it past the first baseman. So that'll be 2 down. And DeLeon will be the next man in. He's 0 for 1. It's a full count. And DeLeon pops one up into left field. Nope, not even that far. Shortstop goes across and makes the catch to end the 5th. So it is still just the 1-0. And Bonaparte will lead them off 0 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch. And that is strikeout number 12 for Weiskopf. What's the regular season record, I wonder? Bustamante, it was 0 for 2. Another 2-2 pitch. Another strikeout. That is 13 strikeouts through 5.2 inning. And it'll be Judy Garland now, who is 2 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. And that is dribbled back to Weiskopf over to first to end the 6th. Alright, let's get some runs on the board here, boys. It's Khalil Watson to lead us off up against Protman, who is their new man. ERA of 5.66 for him. And let's see what Khalil can do. First pitch swing. And straight up the middle with a pitcher kill up. And that is a leadoff single. Now, Watson is on a 12 stolen base streak. Let's see if he can continue that. It's Peralta to the plate. It's a 1-0 pitch. There goes Watson. That's going to be 13 in a row. And Peralta now with a chance to tie the game. 2-2, and he gets tied in a knot. And that is 1 down. In comes McQuaid, who's 1 for 2. A 2-2 pitch. McQuaid into left field. That's going to drop in, and it might tie the game, though. We did hold up. Oh, don't do that. And Khalil Watson is thrown out at the plate. So, 2 out, runner at first for Vlad. It's a full count. He's 1 for 1 is Vlad. Walked last time up. This time, Vlad, has he got enough of that? It is deep. It is gone. And Vlad Jr. 373 feet. I mean, I'm disappointed by him, but he's still doing okay, isn't he? And that is 1-0 down into 2-1 up. Bracefield now, who is 1 for 2. It's a 2-1 pitch. 2 out, none on. And Bracefield gets one up the middle, and that should drop in. It does, for a 2-out single. And if Watson had just held at third, of course, he would have been even more up. Messina, 0 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch. And Messina, oh, he's crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. And it is now 4-1. Messina's 8th of the season, 387 feet. And the bottom of the 6th has been very, very good for the Cubs. In now is Bobby Patterson to face the new man Daniel Lloyd, ERA of 3.62 for him. It's a 1-1 pitch. What can Bobby do? Up the middle with a pitcher killer. So it's another 2-out single. And that'll bring Cronquist in. And he is 0 for 2. It's a 1-0. There goes Bobby Patterson. Bobby Patterson with a stolen base. His 5th of the season. Can Conquest drive in a run? A 1-1 pitch. And they've walked him to get to De Leon. That's because they don't respect you, mate. Make them respect you. He's popped it up. And that'll do it for the 6th. But 4 runs. 2 2-run home runs. And just like that, we've got a 3-run lead. And Sandy Gaston will come in now to blow it. He has an ERA of 6.56 this season. Since we saw him last, he's got his 500th career strikeout. But, well, that's not a bad start. Yeah, let's hope we see a little bit more of that. In comes Caballero even. He's 0 for 2. Another full count. Another strikeout for Sandy Gaston. Maybe he can do it. And it is Valera who is 1 for 2. Another full count. If he gets 3 strikeouts off 3 full counts. No, he lost one of them. I wonder if it takes, in the game, if it's sort of coded that it takes them a little bit of time to get used to a certain role. This is the Sandy Gaston we've come to know and love, isn't it? Suddenly 2 out, 2 on for Plaz, who is 0 for 2. Oh, he's going to walk in. He's going to walk in a run. You had 2 out, none on, mate, and you've walked 3 in a row. It's Tamar Johnson who's 1 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. Just as well, mate. Just as well. Let's stretch so I can calm down. Alright, welcome back. Khalil Watson to lead us off. Lloyd is still on the mound for them. It's a 2-2 pitch. And Watson down the first base line. It gets through into right field. And Watson goes for second. And this time, he successfully gets the extra base. So, we've got a runner in scoring position with none out. And Peralta at the plate, who is 0 for 3. It's a 2-0. Peralta down towards first base. Can't get it through. It does get Watson over to third, though. I thought it might just about be Peralta's first 0 for day, this one. McQuaid now, who's 2 for 3. Can he drive in a run? It's a first pitch. They walk him. Walking him to get to Vlad is a bold strategy. He is 2 for 2 today with a home run already. It's a first pitch swing. And Vlad gets it into left field. Oh, it's a diving catch. Is Watson going to get thrown out the plate again? No, he is not. So Vlad drives in the run. It is 5-1. McQuaid is still at first, and Bracefield's at the plate. He is 2 for 3 today. A 2-2 pitch, a strikeout, then we'll go to the 8th. Now, is Sandy Gaston coming back out? No, it's the other guy who blows everything in sight. It is Miguel Segura, ERA of 5.26 this season. It is a 2-2 pitch. Come on, Miguel. There we go. Miguel, the thing is that I know that they're both actually good. Well, certainly their attributes suggest they are. So, I think I get more frustrated with that if it was somebody that I didn't expect much of, and that is into center field, but De Leon is there for 2 down. Yeah, I'd get less frustrated, I think, but I sort of expect them to be, you know, key parts of what we do. But anyway, Judy grounded out to Peralta. That'll do it for the top of the 8th, and we'll go and bat for hopefully the final time. And is Messina to face Matt Menning. How old's he now? A 35-year-old Matt Menning. And Messina, of course, with a home run last time up. It's a 1-2 pitch. And what are we going to get here? A terrible swing at what looked to be very much a ball. Nah, it was close-ish, I suppose. Bobby Patterson is 1 for 3. That's a 1-2 pitch. Bobby Patterson to first base for 2 down. Bringing Conquest to the plate. He is 0 for 2. It's a full count. And Conquest grounds it to the shortstop to end the 8th. So it is 5-1. I don't think we'll need to see Murillo. And it will in fact be Segura to continue. Now he has an 0-4 record. Let's hope for his sake. And my sake, he doesn't add a 5 to that. There's a strikeout to start things off. Excellent stuff. Caballero, who is 0 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. And there's another strikeout. 2 down. They're down to their final out. Segura is looking much more like what I expect him to look like. Valera's at the plate. He is 1 for 2. It's a 3-0 pitch. He's going to walk him, no doubt. And why do I praise my bullpen? In comes Workman, who's 0 for 2. First pitch swing. There's a ground ball. That should be easy enough for Peralta. And we have avoided... We weren't looking for a sweep, but we've won the series, haven't we? We've won the series. Oh, and Segura's injured as well. Now, hopefully that's not too serious. So the Segura injury is diagnosis pending. So let's hope that it's not too serious, because we don't have... We could use him as a starter, but I don't think we need him as a starter, honestly. Yeah, so let's hope that it's not too serious, because we are just a little thin on bullpen options right now. that's just because we're thin. That's not because of injuries or anything. But there we go. We are a game clear of the Cardinals. We think we have played more games. We are 2 games clear of the Brewers, 5 clear of the Reds, and the Pirates are very much bringing up the rear. So, yeah, it's back on track is the season. We've obviously still got a long way to go. But, yeah, as I said before, I think if the bats sort of progress back to the mean, then that should be okay. And what we need, the pitching, this is what the pitching should be like. So we just need that to continue. If the pitching sort of holds steady and the bats come back, then we should be comfortable. But we'll wait and see, won't we? Anyway, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We will come back post All-Star break, and we will be facing the Miami Marlins at home. I don't think we've played them. Certainly not for a long time anyway. Take care.